Assalamualaikum everyone. Today I want to talk about double standards, the Epstein files, and the same people lecturing Muslim countries about women's rights refuse to hold themselves accountable. Let's start with simple truth. When violence is linked to Muslim countries, the world reacts instantly. The word terrorist is used without any hesitation. An entire religion is judged for the actions of a few. We saw this after 9/11. One horrific crime, and suddenly millions of innocent Muslims became suspect. Mosques were attacked, women in hijab were harassed, countries were invaded. No one waited for justice. No one said not all Muslims. But when crimes involve powerful Western elites, the rule changes. That's where the Epstein files come in. Jeffrey Epstein was not a rumor. He was convicted. He ran a trafficking network involving underage girls. Victim testified, court documents exist. This is not a conspiracy. This is a documented reality. And when those files surfaced, names connected to wealth, politics and influence appeared. Among them was Donald Trump, who was publicly known to have social connections with Epstein. It raised serious moral and ethical questions. So what happened? No global outrage, no moral panic, no collective blame. The media moved on. Accountability faded. Now compare this to how Muslims are treated globally. One accusation and an entire identity is criminalized. No trial required, no distinctions made. But when Western elites are linked to crimes against women and children, suddenly its allegations complex, and let's not speculate. This is not justice, this is protection. Now look at today's world. We are watching deeply disturbing reports from conflict zones. Children killed, families wiped out, girls subjected to horrific violence, so extreme that even journalists struggle to describe them. Human rights organizations raise alarms. Survivors speak. Evidence piles up. Yet the global reaction is selective. No rush to label these acts as terrorism. No non-stop demonization. No collective punishment. And at the same time, these same powers stand on international platforms, lecturing Muslim countries about women's rights. Just a few years ago, the world loudly claimed it cared about the women in Iran. Sanctions were imposed. Pressure was justified in the name of feminism. So let me ask a simple question. Where is that concern now? When women are isolated today, why is the silence so loud? When girls suffer, why does outrage disappear? Are these women less human or just politically inconvenient? If children's life truly mattered, justice would be universal. But what we see instead is a clear pattern. When Muslims are accused, identity becomes guilt. When Western elites are accused, power becomes protection. When victims are inconvenient, they are ignored. This is not about defending any government. This is not about denying real crimes. This is about consistency. You cannot lecture the world on morality while hiding your own failures. You cannot speak about women's rights while protecting abusers. You cannot claim moral leadership while practicing selective outrage. Until the same standards apply to everyone, Muslims or non-Muslims, powerful or powerless, these lectures will sound less like justice and more like hypocrisy.